We'll squeeze in one more film before the end of the show, and that's Snowden. This is the true story of Edward Snowden, who you might have seen in the press as being an NSA whistleblower. He is the person who exposed all of the secrets of the American surveillance service, saying that they have access to everything, basically. They spy on American people, and I'm not going to go any further than that in case I get in any trouble. But that is what happened. He was the man who potentially changed the world and the way people consume things online and the way people are suspicious about things. A lot of things about laptop cameras. I mean, Black Mirror explored the laptop camera thing very gruesome way, and the Snowden does the same thing. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Edward Snowden, and the film starts with the making of the documentary Citizen4, which I think it's a great documentary, and the big criticism from a lot of critics has been that the film adds nothing to Citizen4. I disagree. I think it gives a bit of colour, a bit of personal colour to Snowden, who we've known from Citizen4 to be this very, protective guy. He's very suspicious of what he's found out, as he would be if he just found out everyone was being spied on in the whole world, in the whole country and whatever. And I'm fascinated by the whole surveillance thing. I think it's without getting into details of politics and stuff, it is happening more than you'd like. Surveillance, it's everywhere. You do feel it very intruded on, particularly with what's going on recently. But Snowden is very patriotic. He's a very patriotic man. He was in the army for a very brief period of time. He got an injury that meant he couldn't continue to serve his country in that way, but he found that through his incredible brain that he could help in a sort of governmental facility. And he's an interesting character. There's a lot I didn't know about him that I wouldn't have known from Citizen4. That's kind of all it does. I remember when I saw it, I was kind of like, wow, it was actually quite impressive, because I like the little Oliver Stone flourishes that the director brings. If you see Natural Born Killers and stuff, it's not a very conventional film. Nothing that he does is very conventional. And you've got these tiny little directional things that the other directors wouldn't do. And that's what I appreciate about it for. Shailene Woodley as well, after those horrible Divergent films, it looks like she's finally getting back her career on track. She is great as the girlfriend of Snowden, because in that relationship, it's the sort of very obvious thing to do in a film like this, to have the focus be of the relationship beneath all of the hacking stuff that he does. But they both play it very well. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt particularly has the Snowden look nailed, and that's enough for me. But I mean, the film doesn't add a great deal, but it adds just enough to satisfy the sort of curiosities that you might have about Snowden being an interesting character that he is.